So, welcome all. We're so glad you came and joined us tonight. We are blessed to have Chad, Marcia, Walker, and Wyatt Shearer here again with us tonight. And we consider them to be a part of our family here at Harvest. So.
Hi everyone, I'm David Blanton from Realtree, and I've known Chad and Marcia Shearer for a long time, and I'm big fans of their entire family, including their two boys. Matter of fact, we go so far back that I killed my first mule deer ever in Montana with Chad. What a great memory. So you're in for a treat tonight, so sit back and relax and enjoy the adventures of Chad and Marcia Shearer, including the greatest adventure of all.
Chad Shearer grew up hunting in the mountains of Montana. As a young man, he pursued his passions, hunting and fishing, every chance he had. While in college, Chad started guiding hunters and perfecting his skills in the woods. Chad loves calling in elk and has won every major elk calling competition in the United States and is a world champion and two-time Eastern U.S. champion. Chad became the youngest person to ever become licensed as an outfitter in Montana and has been an outfitter and guide for the last 25 years. Chad has hunted on 5 continents and extensively around the world. Chad and his family host the award-winning television show Shoot Straight. More importantly than any of these accomplishments, Chad is a husband to Marcia and a dad to Walker and to Wyatt. Marcia Shearer grew up in Tennessee. She jokes she was hunting for a husband. Now she hunts with her husband. Marcia is known for her ability as a camp cook and in the kitchen hosting shoot straights, recipes from the field. But don't let that fool you, as she has been a licensed Montana guide for over 15 years and has spent over 500 nights in a tent. Marcia was the first lady to be put on the CVA Pro staff and has hunted and fished around the world. Let's just say there isn't enough time to say what Marcia really does for Chad and for Shoot Straight TV. Walker Shearer grew up traveling around the world with his parents to hunting and fishing destinations. Walker was a couple months old when he spent his first night in a tent. He has traveled from Africa to the Arctic Circle before he was 5 years old. Walker took his first turkey at age 6 and his first bull elk at age 9, a beautiful 6-point. Walker loves bird hunting and has several well-trained bird dogs. In fact, he has started his own kennel called Big Sky Bird Dogs. Walker also has a passion for fly fishing and has fished from Alaska to Mexico. Wyatt Shearer loves the outdoors. Wyatt started elk calling at a young age and has won numerous elk calling competitions, including taking 2nd place at the World Elk Calling Competition. Wyatt loves to turkey hunt and has completed his Turkey Grand Slam at age 11. He has taken a number of elk with his rifle and bow. When he isn't hunting or fishing, you will find him working cows with our neighbors and other local ranchers. Wyatt is passionate about his horses and loves team roping. He spends hours roping and riding and competing at rodeos. Now let's welcome Chad Shearer of Shoot Straight TV.
Good evening, Medford. How's everybody doing tonight? Whew, I tell you, it is good to be back. Let's give those cooks a big round of applause tonight. I love it. It's full house, good food. This little snowflake stuff didn't bother you guys from coming out, and I appreciate tonight. I was pretty surprised. I was in Portland here the other day, and they got about the same amount, and it about shut the city down. And I can tell you, they don't know how to drive up there. We're in Montana, and we're like, all right, boys, just lock the hubs in, we're going. There was nobody on the roads. They were all panicked. I thought I was in Atlanta for a few minutes there, but anyway, it's good to be here. How many it's your first time to this event tonight? Man, look at that. Thank you all for coming out. I've been fortunate to speak here 11 years now. How many have been to all 11 events? Wow. How many have been over 5 events here? All right. I appreciate you all coming out. And we're going to have a good time tonight. We got our TV show Shoot Straight, and we're so proud we're here with you folks tonight. And I've got a couple things. I'm going to see, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes to make this event such a success. And there's a group of guys here at this church called the Masters Men, and there's 7 of them on this team that spearhead this event. I'm going to see if Russ and his crew can come up here. The Masters Men, you know who you are. They don't know. I'm going to call them out. I don't know how many are over here right now. I'm going to have Marcia and Walker and Wyatt come up here with me too. Russ, grab your guys. Some of them are probably over there still cooking and food. They don't get to be pointed out or honored. And let's give these guys a big hand tonight. Come on up here, guys. I know there's still some in the kitchen. We have just something small for you here, but we want to honor you guys for all your hard work. Shoot Straight hats tonight for you. We appreciate all you do, and thank you guys for putting on such a great event. We'll make sure, I'm going to give you these right now for your other guys. When you see them, thank them for helping out tonight too. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let's give these guys a big hand. Thank you. And then there's somebody else that's very special to us that I met years ago, Pastor Bob. I think he's in here somewhere. He's going to have to get out of his chair. I know he was comfortable there. I'm going to see if he'll come forward tonight. And a lot of work goes into these events, and he's always been so special to us. I know last year was our 10th year here, and they did some nice things for us. And Pastor Bob, come on up. Let's give him a big round of applause. I want to read something here. We got a little presentation, Marcia and the boys and I have, and you've been here 40 years. I thought it was 38. I was like, there's a lot of members here 38 years. 40
He's
years.
only 41 though.
I know, you started at a young age.
Started real young.
Well, we want to do something tonight. We want to honor you, and I want to read this. Dear Pastor Bob, many cultures have symbols for a time in a man's life that gives a certain air of respect. These ways and symbols were when peers or more seasoned associates showed recognition of another's life. We have something here. I'd like you to open that. While you open it, I'm going to read this here. These spurs represent an era of our culture in the West, a time when respect could very well be the only possession a man may have valued. A gift was often a sacrifice given from one's personal possessions. Respect is earned, but is bestowed upon by others. When a man walks, his spurs have their own particular sound mixed with the weight and determination on the stride. The sound will remind the listener of what sort of timber and quality the wearer's life shows. When observing a seasoned, experienced man, one who has proven and pursued what he believes in, there are few things that can be added from this world. His needs are few. His treasures can only be seen by those who walk with him. His steps are driven by a desire to serve his Lord by caring for those around him. Happy trails to you, Chad, Marcia, Walker, and Wyatt Shearer.
Thank you. Those are great. Thank you.
Thank you. Boys are right behind. I got thinking back when first time we were here, they would have been about 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Now they're have to.
Yeah, you gotta look up.
I know. I have them stand on the lower steps when we get pictures. This is for you. Thank you so much. Appreciate your friendship, buddy. All right. We just are so thankful to be here tonight. Pastor Bob and everybody, it means so much to us. I just tell you, This is great to be here. I know Jonathan is overseas, his son, and he's streaming in. They're live streaming the program tonight. So all you folks out there watching, thanks for watching. I know there's people in Montana, there's people all over the country tonight watching. And what do you think of this beautiful auditorium, the remodel they did? Isn't this nice? And I'll tell you yeah, give them a hand. This is awesome. New screens, new audio, it's great stuff. Shoot Straight TV, you can watch us on the Pursuit channel, which is on Dish and Direct. You say, well, I don't have that. Well, the good news is you can go to the Pursuit channel now, click on our link, and it shows all last year's episodes. So you can stream it in now, also on YouTube, and we're getting ready to launch more. So follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we'll be giving you updates on new shows and where to watch it so you can watch it digitally also. You know, we're thankful for our sponsors tonight. They help us so much as we do our television show. We've got some of the greatest sponsors out in the country. We've got some door prizes tonight we're going to throw out from some of them. And we're so thankful for all of these great companies that we work with. Well, we've done it here before, and I love doing it. There's a lot of new people here, so it wouldn't be a seminar if I didn't do some of this calling. I've got some new calls. I've been working on designing calls now over 20 years, and we've got a new thickness of latex that got them stretch perfect. They sound probably better than any call I've ever had right out of the box, and tonight we're going to teach you how to call a little bit. We love doing a variety of things with it. You can do a cow elk with these calls. What I like about it, you can call real quiet with them. Bull elk. Turkey. Do a loon with it. Do a squirrel with it. And bow hunters, oh, squirrel. Yeah. Coyote. The door's closed here. We don't want any coyotes coming in. You can even call your wife in with this call. Very versatile call. And I tell you, I know some people are putting in those home security units, and I know they cost a lot of money. Tonight, we got a home security unit, $5. All you do is you hit 911 and then you start doing this. After you grab your pistol, of course, but. And it even works internationally. Say you happen to move over to England, you can take your $5 security system with you. You thought you have snow here. Montana, we've been hammered this year. 30, 40 below zero. We sit inside and blow these calls. That's how we come up with these things. Seagulls, you never know when you're going to need to call a seagull in. And then, if you ever got your dog's tail caught in the door, or sat on your electronic training device collar button, it sounds like this. But we're going to have fun tonight. We're going to do some more calling. You know, I love calling elk in. How many elk hunters do I have in here tonight? Oh, yeah. That's what I love. I've been to places where I think they come just to see what kind of funny animal sounds I'm coming. I love coming here because we have so many good hunters here. How many bow hunters do we have in here tonight? All right, muzzleloader hunters, rifle hunters, elk hunters, I saw, deer hunters, waterfowl hunters, turkey hunters, road hunters. Oh. Ooh, man, I tell you what. How many had a good elk season this year? Have a good elk season? Man, we had a great elk season. We're going to show you some new footage here in a little bit from this season because the first people to see this, not aired yet, and it's going to be exciting. I love nothing better than the middle of September. The smell of sagebrush. The aspen trees are turning yellow. The elk are in rut. The sun is just starting to come over the horizon. You're holding your bow in your hand and you hear that magical sound. Squirrel. How we doing, boys? Good. I have a microphone up here. They told me where it was. Perfect. I didn't know where it was. I didn't remember. Man, it's good to have you guys up here tonight. How are you? Good. How are you, Wyatt?
Great.
Been a little team roping this year.
I have been.
He's been doing really good. How many horses you have now?
Up to 4.
Up to 4. Because you can ride one at a time. Yep, up to 4. Gotta have lots of horses, I tell you what. Now, Wyatt, you love hunting elk, don't you?
I sure do.
How was your season this year?
It was really good. I drew a tag in New Mexico.
Drew a tag in New Mexico. Is that a hard tag to draw?
Well, 6% of the people that put in for it get it.
6%. Did you draw that tag?
Not yet.
Is that the first time you've ever drawn this tag?
Drawn it twice now.
And you're how old?
15.
Are you jealous or bitter about that?
No. Just keep trying.
Yes, keep trying. How was your hunt?
It was really good. On the second day, I shot a really nice bull, packed it out 2 miles on her back, so it was a lot of fun.
Who packed it out 2 miles on their backs?
We did.
Yeah. Walker, you love your bird dogs.
I sure do.
How many bird dogs you have now? I can't even keep track.
Well, I've got 8 at the house.
8 bird dogs. You've been training them for people all over the country. Outfitters in Colorado have been sending them up to you, and over in Kansas, and having a great time. The Springers, the Labs. Tell me a little bit about your season this year. You have a good season?
You know, we all had a great season, had opportunities to hunt from several states, even Canada. I mean, it was a blast up there. We had a really, really good year hunting waterfowl. And
we had a really good year. You got in, about 30 plus days bird hunting this year?
Yes, sir.
Besides all the training, it was good. Any special hunt that was just stuck out?
You know, the footage you're going to show in a little while in Saskatchewan, shooting the snow geese, we timed it just right, and it was incredible. Plus, we got to hunt several new species, hunting the mountain grouse up in Montana. Finally got a chance to go way up in the high country and chase them, and shooting those sandhill cranes in Texas. It was a blast.
Sandhill cranes. What are those called?
The ribeye of the sky.
Ribeye of the sky. They look like a big folding chair when you shoot them. They kind of crumple up, but man, they're good. Leg meat isn't really good, but man, They got some good meat on them. But we have fun with that. Now, you guys like to call animals in. You love to call waterfowl in. And these folks here want a little sample of what it's like in Montana. The sun's coming up. We're in the goose pit. There's ducks flying too. I'm going to have you turn me down slightly when we do this. And let's give them a sample of sunrise in the goose pit. Start us out, Walker. And about that time, you're looking at the geese and ducks come by, and I say, Wyatt, hit them with a feeder call. And all of a sudden they start cupping in, and you're looking for jewelry. You waterfowl hunters know what I'm talking about. And I throw that blind open, and it's pop, 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 pop. Birds are hitting the ground, and Walker takes his dog, Pal, or Lexi, says, Lexi, releases her. She goes out, brings all those birds back to you. And I say, thank you for shopping at God's grocery store, where it's 100% organic meat. Please come back again. All right, boys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, wait. I got some more stuff. I'm going to have you help me tonight. We got way too much stuff to pass out here. We got some friends. I know they had it on the back table. I think they picked those up. Ballistol. This stuff, we use it all the time. We use it on our firearms, use it on leather, knives, everything. This stuff's great. I'm going to have the boys pass those out a little bit. I think that's good. Here, take a few hats. We got Cabela's hats. Here's a buck knife hat right here. We got anybody have horses? Oh yeah, horses. Roper apparel. That girl right there, she's got barrel racing there. You need a Roper hat there. Here is a buck knife for you fishermen. Where's my fisherman in here? I didn't ask about fishermen. We'll throw that out there. Whew, Jared's got a good reach on him there. All right, Monster Bucks 5 video. These things will fly, but I don't want to knock anybody out, so just pay attention there. All right. What other t-shirt? Oh, CVA t-shirt. What size is it? This is a medium. I don't think that'll fit a few of us in here. Not the husky petite people, at least, but we'll throw that out there. Cabela's, we got a multi-tool from Cabela's right here. Let's throw that out. I better not throw everything to that side. Here's a little flashlight. Here's a buck knife. Whew. If you don't get a buck knife, the boys are Buck's youngest dealers. They're selling them in the back, and we're engraving them. They got some cool knives back there. They got the ultra light ones for packing. I'll talk more about that later. Here's a buck knife. Now this is a cast iron skillet. This thing must weigh a few pounds here. I bet if I throw this out. I'm telling you, this is pretty cool. Lodge Cookware, right here. It's the Wildlife Series. Now they sponsor Marcia's recipes in the field, or from the field. If you want to check those out on our website, she cooks it. This is the flapjack griddle with a big old moose on it. Do you like to cook in this lady right here, Walker? She needs that. And also, it's great self-defense. Whack! I'm telling you what, you just put it right there, wear it around your neck as a necklace, and that's self-defense. All right, I think we should throw that. Anybody make cornbread in here? Oh, you gotta make cornbread. That lady right there in the scarf right there, she makes cornbread. She needs some of that tonight. I got another knife I might pass out a little bit later. If you didn't get ballistol, we had these passed out. You can get those later. If we have some more left, just ask Marcia. Right here, I got this for this guy up front. That's just keeps it from scratching your cast iron pans there. I have to wrestle. This is cool. Look what I got tonight. There's a business here locally, right there. And Kelly made it, of course, but it's your one-stop custom vinyl shop. She came and gave this to us tonight. Shoot straight, and our picture on it. Now nobody's gonna take my glass. It's gonna keep it cold. But check it out. They're sitting in front. Kelly waved to everybody. I'm embarrassing her, but check it out. She'll hook you up with one of those if you want to have your business put on it, or picture of your wife. Oh, that'd be great. Have that there. It's great stuff. Do that. All right. I got to get the remote control. This is great. I'm excited. New video screens up here. I tell you, we speak in a lot of places, and this is first class right here. Well, tonight, before we move on, I want to do something that's very special to me. We live in the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. And freedom didn't come free. So tonight, I want to do a couple things. I want to honor those that are with us that are current military, families of military, or veterans, past military. If you're able to stand, stand. If not, raise your hand. But we want to honor you tonight. Thank you for coming out here tonight. Thank you all for being here. Man, I take my hat off to you folks. We appreciate it. Look at all this service people here tonight. Thank you so much. We did not take that. We did not take that lightly. I appreciate you. And there's somebody else here tonight, some folks I want to recognize. I know they don't like to usually stand up, so I'm not going to ask them to do it. But I want to tell our law enforcement tonight how thankful we're here, and our first responders, because each and every day they put their lives on the line. And I tell you what, when you're in a bind, I'm so glad they're there and keeping us safe. So let's give them a big round of applause tonight. Thank you all. We appreciate it. All right, let's go hunting. We had a good season this year. We'll start off in Canada. Everything we show tonight is going to be new and exciting. Some of the calls I do at the beginning, that's just a staple. You got to do that every time. It's like playing somebody's favorite song. It's just what we do, and we're glad to do it. But we're going to head up to Canada. We went out there. We went after Canada geese. And then we hit it right with snow geese. It started to rain, the weather was right, birds moved in, and the outfitter said, hey, Chad, let's go after snow geese. And you know what? It didn't take me long to say, I'm with you. Got up early, put the decoys out. Got the blinds ready. Walker got Powell in the blind, getting it camoed up. Marcia's gonna put makeup on CJ Buck, the Buck Knives. He was hunting with us. First light, birds started working. Take him. Yeah, good grocery shopping that morning. Nice. I was bringing the bird back. That is a big bird for a dog to bring back. Here comes a pair. Oh, I'd love it when they're working like that. Boom. Now, we had fun hunting Canadas, but because of time, I'm not going to show all that footage. We're going to jump into the snow geese. So we started putting the deeks out, and it's raining. And we have a time-lapse camera going, and birds are trying to land while we're putting decoys out. And we have to wait till legal shooting time, which is killing us, because it was like it was never going to get here, and all these birds kept coming. I said, when it's ready, it's going to be crazy. And it takes so long. All right, just a minute. It just hit. It's a legal shooting. Just wait. I'll call it. Yeah, that was Wyatt. Okay, just take it. Wyatt was ready. Now watch this. We had birds in our decoys, and they started flying. Oh, yeah. And they just kept coming. And coming. It was self-defense. Look at this one. Oh, this is pretty here. Oh, yeah. For 2.5 hours. And Wyatt's, I'm out of shells. Give me some more.
Good job. One more. There you got it. Good job, Walker.
We're using the Winchester SX4s. Carlson chokes.
There you go, Johnny.
And that was the morning of shooting. 93 snows and 20 ducks. And then we got to clean them. Oh, it was fun for 2.5 hours. But 4.5 hours later, I thought, what were we thinking? But I tell you one thing that was real rewarding. So often people say, Chad, what do you do with all that game and that meat? Because we don't waste any of it. We were up in Canada, and there was a lady that was raising some of her grandchildren, and she said, we're having a rough time, and told the outfitters, anybody that donates some meat, and we gave her several birds, and she said, we will eat on this all winter. And snow goose is really good. I really like it. Man, you can make some great things, fajitas with it, all kinds of stuff grilled up. And so it was so cool. We were able to help them out. And if you want to hunt Canada for snow geese, you need to do it. It's fun. There are Canadas and ducks, and it's just a great time. Upland bird hunters, I know we have somebody here tonight. Walker loves doing that. He's happy to talk bird hunt with you. I tell you, mornings like today when you get that snow, that's some of the best time in Montana to bird hunt. Those big old roosters will hold, and you can have a lot of success with that. All right, turkey season's right around the corner. We got some new turkey calls out there tonight too. We got the bat wing. It's a real raspy call, which I like. Start out, how do you make that turkey sound? Chook, 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 or chick, chick, chick? I use these calls because I can be hands-free. And I can call those birds in close, and it's all kinds of fun. Now, what do we do when we're turkey hunting? Well, there's a couple things that'll help you. There's 3 phases of a turkey season. You have that early season, which is usually pretty good. And then you have the mid part of the season, which is a little harder because these birds get henned up. And then you have late season when those hens sit on their nests early in the morning, and those gobblers about 10 o'clock start getting lonely. You get out there and do some calling, you're going to fire them up. If a bird fires up at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, you're almost always going to get him to at least start your way and call him in, and you can have a lot of success that way. What about gobblers that have hens? That can be frustrating because you're competing with the real deal. Have a good decoy. We use those stuffer decoys. It's a mounted hen. They work real great. They're realistic. The other thing is, when they're henned up, sometimes those hens are going to take them away from you. So you have to hear where they're going, try to circle them, cut them off, ambush them. And then always I tell people this, if you can't call them, crawl them. Sometimes you got a belly crawl to cut them off, and you need to get sneaky and you can have success. But there's nothing more fun than hunting those gobblers in the spring. Call softly, don't overcall. What do I mean by calling softly? There are some of you folks that get out there hunting, you're on public land and you'll hear people going, the gagging on their call out there. Call soft. Those gobblers can tell where you're at. They have incredible hearing, and they will pinpoint you. And then sit and wait. Let them come in. You'll have more success that way. If you do that, you're going to take some birds, and there's nothing better than turkey nuggets. I'll tell you what I love tonight is seeing all these young people here. In America, we're losing the next generation. They're not getting out hunting and fishing. And so I applaud you folks here in Medford because I am seeing everything from the little folks all the way up to the seniors and people that are hunting with their grandparents. And this is awesome. So I want to thank you for bringing these young people out because that's our next generation. We have a lot of stuff going on in America today, and I'm not going to get on all the politics and the people that are protesting and everything like this, but I want to tell you, when kids are out hunting and fishing with their parents and their family, they're pretty much staying out of trouble. Teach them how to respect a firearm. Teach them the safety of it. Teach them that they don't handle it unless there's an adult there. But teach them how to respect it and enjoy the outdoors out there. I love what it says, hunt with your kids, not for your kids. I saw another one that said, kids that are hunting and fishing aren't taking little old ladies' purses. So I'm not on you tonight. I am building you up. I am telling you, thank you so much for bringing these young people out here tonight. All right. I know we have a mixed crowd of hunters and fishermen. So I want to throw in some stuff for the fishermen here tonight. Saskatchewan, pike fishing. My dad turned 70 last year, and my awesome wife said, why don't you and the boys take Papa up to Canada? Now, my dad grew up, he'd caught a lot of nice fish, but I said, let's go after some gators, some big pike. So we went up there. He's going to use a spinning rod. The boys and I grabbed the fly rods. Where's my fly fishing folks in here tonight? Catching pike on a fly, you want some excitement. Reindeer Lake Trout Camp, they do a great job. Let's head up north. 15 hours north of Montana. You drive up there, or you could fly in on a float plane if you want. But we drove up, they met us, we got in the boat and headed to camp. Beautiful place where cell phones don't work. We got up there, got unpacked. Didn't take us long, put our rods together, and we're like, we're heading out fishing. Walker's chucking and ducking. Big old rabbit, flies. We start fishing, and I pitch the fly out, and I hook into a good one.
That's a big fish.
Catch that on an 8-weight fly rod. That's good. The big ones we released, we kept a few small ones, and you talk about a shore lunch. Hot oil, fresh potatoes, and big fish. And then it was my dad's turn.
Cow, Papa, you got a monster. Oh, yeah.
Walker is running camera, and he has fished up there with me a couple times. The boys have, and Marcia, he knew how big this fish was. My dad was excited, but I don't think he knew how big this pike was. A big pike up there is 40 inches. This pike is 50 inches.
Yeah, you're doing good, Papa. You're going to get him.
Whoa! Yeah! All right! Oh, yeah!
That's a big fish. So then it's Walker's turn. He grabs his fly rod out, and he's getting ready. There's little fish in there. There's big fish, little underwater action. Look at this fish next to that right there. That's a big fish. Look at that guy. So Walker pitches his fly out, and look at this hookup. Boom. Oh, yeah, then they take off.
Oh, this is awesome.
And for 15 to 20 minutes, you fight them. Get them in. Big fish. Now here's another one. Wyatt pitches it out there in the shallows. Boom. Look at that fly line ripping out. Taking him towards his backing. Wyatt's fighting him. 49-inch pike on a fly. Get your kids out there. They're not going to be playing video games when you're doing that stuff. It's all kinds of fun, and it's enjoyable. And we had a blast up there, and the boys had fun with their grandpa. We just hammered big fish. Caught 13 fish over 40 inches in 3 days. I'm telling you what, you do that on a fly rod, whew, it's all kinds of fun up there. A great place. Well, we have a special guest tonight, all the way from Belt, Montana. Marcia Shearer, originally from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. She's hunted big moose. She's hunted big elk, big mule deer. That antelope was number 3 in the world for a lady with a muzzleloader. She's even wrestled alligators. Oh, you haven't wrestled alligators? Okay, I made that one up. You've hunted alligators. Oh, hello, honey.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I don't know how you're blowing all those calls with that delicious food over there.
Whoo! I'm trained professional.
I
I'm
guess
just telling
so. That was good.
Good
Every
food.
year I know it's going to be good, but I think this was like the best ever. It just,
Yep.
I don't know, it was good.
Mr. Tom and his beans.
I know it. He just keeps better and better.
Better and better. I
Yes.
think he'll come back next year to make them again, is what
did.
they're saying.
Yes. Did I tell these folks about your waterfowl story last year? I don't
know.
think I did.
He would remember.
What happens, you know, how many of you waterfowl hunters are in here? Yes. So when you waterfowl hunt, a lot of times you put the decoys out. You always put the decoys out. Sometimes you put a lot of decoys out. We put quite a few decoys out one morning.
Yep.
And remember when somebody else is running the camera, you know, he likes to shoot right away. But this one time, once in a lifetime, he said, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to let them get in as close as they can.
Get that good company.
It just about killed Wyatt, because Wyatt likes to sky bust. I mean, if it's close, and I'm like, that's a mile away. They're coming in, they're cupping, you know. We give him a hard time, but he gets excited. That's excited about being out there.
And he shoots a lot of birds.
And he shoots a lot of birds. Yeah, we're like, when we did that snow goose, he said, I'm out of ammo. We're like, good, you know. We didn't give him any more for a while. But this one time that I can remember, the birds were coming in, and you said, just hold off, boys, just hold off. Let's see how close they can get. This bird I was running camera, and it like landed on my blind. Like it was up close and personal. However, there were some casualties to the decoys because it was up close and personal. Mm-hmm. So we called the outfitter, said, man, we got our limit. We're all done. We're going to start picking up the decoys. Can you go ahead and come on in? So he gets out there, and he's like start picking up a few, and I saw him getting close to that area. I'm like, oh man, he's gonna see what the damage done to these decoys. He picks up the decoy. Who shot my decoys? Well, being the utmost honest sportsman that Walker and Wyatt are, and I are, we all said, he did, you know?
They threw me under the bus.
We wanted him to know, you know, who it was.
I mean, you picked it up and it shook.
Yeah, it's kind of like those Morocco thingy bobbers shaking, you know. But
I took the Sharpie, signed it.
But you got him some
Chad
new
was here.
decoys.
Yeah.
You helped his decoy fund.
I did. I contributed to the decoy
Bought him some new
fund.
decoys.
It was only right.
Yeah, so it's fun out there. You have a lot of fun. It's great to get out there with the family, enjoying God's great outdoor. Now, there's some family here tonight. There's a lot of families here tonight. But one gentleman turned 80 today.
Right there.
Right there. Did you already mention that?
I didn't.
80
Mr.
years
Gene.
old. Let's all happy birthday. Yeah. How cool is that? We get to be with him. This is a pretty big birthday party you're having. Yeah, yeah. We need to order some cake in before it's over. That'd be really good.
That man used to tree lots of bears and dog hunt back in the day.
Ooh, I
Treed
love that bear hunting.
51 year. He's if you're hunt with dogs.
There you
that
go.
guy's the guy
He's
to
got
talk
it.
to.
Good, but we always love coming to Medford. Now, normally I come up here and you tell a story on me. So go ahead and.
You mean like the time you were shooting that turkey and the chair flipped over?
No, we don't need to talk about that.
Or when the bear was coming right at you?
Yeah.
No, I don't have it. Tonight,
are you going to be nice tonight?
I'm super nice. You know, okay. Valentine's Day was just recently, and I got to be nice. And I don't get to take you hunting in Hawaii this year, so I got to be super nice.
Mm-hmm. Not that I'm bitter or anything.
No, it didn't work out in the
That's
schedule.
a nice hunting camp, let me just tell you.
So tonight, I have your mule deer hunt in Montana. Now,
this past year?
This past year.
Oh, that was a good hunt.
Now,
I didn't flip out of chairs or.
No,
I'm trying to think. I don't think anything exciting happened too much.
Went after this big buck. I had spotted this buck.
I'm shooting this with my Bagara.
Yeah, your B14.
6.5.
Mm-hmm. 6.5 Creedmoor with a suppressor on it.
That 6.5 Creedmoor shoots like a 300, but has the recoil of like a 243. It's awesome. I love that gun.
I'll tell you, we got some guys. How many like shooting long range in here? Oh yeah, we just put up in Montana the Bergara Experience Academy long range shooting school up at our place in Montana. We got Bart Bartholomew who's going to be teaching it, Department of Defense guy.
And how far can they shoot? We have targets already set up.
1,500 yards.
1,500 yards. I cook for them.
Mm-hmm. It's an awesome
there
deal.
There you go. I mean, biscuits and gravy every morning. I mean, you can't go wrong.
Bart is the real deal. Used to be Baltimore SWAT, then went Department of Defense, and he's going to be training, and we're helping out. It's going to be a fun time. Yeah. Learn how to use turrets, all kinds of stuff.
So I'm using the Bagara, got a suppressor, and you spotted this buck like a week or two before. Now every time I went out, I never saw this buck. And I was beginning to wonder if someone was maybe hiding the buck. I don't know,
The
you know?
prairie ghost. I knew where he was living.
But we went out, and finally,
I said, let's go try
spotted him.
up this draw. And here he was.
okay, here we go. The wind, it was pretty windy that day, but we played it and it was perfect. The wind was in our favor. I can tell you this, if you're hunting big game and the wind is not in your favor, you're better off to back out. But the wind was played just right for us.
And this buck was bedded, and he didn't
He
think
really
he could
thought
be
he was
seen.
hit.
He bedded?
Yeah, he's bedded down. You just see the tip.
I was gonna say he didn't look like he was standing up.
I thought he was
But those
standing up
guns
with
are
some
up.
brush.
Those Huns spoke. I thought he was gonna. Look here.
I just see I just see his tips.
Now, you folks that hunt mule deer know big muleys, if they think they're hidden, they're good, but when they decide to leave, they jump and they go.
And they leave quick.
And so we're like, all right, we're not going to take a chance on this. I said, let's set up. The ultimate to me is stalking a buck in his bed and shooting him right there without him even realizing where you're at. We get the shooting stick set up, the bog pod, and you want to make sure you're rock solid on this shot.
However, when I looked in the scope, I saw that this was a really nice buck. So I did. I started doing the old shimmy shake, and my elbow was not quite as solid as I thought, so I had Wyatt put his arm underneath it so I could kind of have a little bit of a rest for that elbow.
There you go.
I've been watching this buck. I know he's at least 180
It just
inch
helps
deer.
with the wind.
And I know that if I tell Marcia he's 180, she's going to get real excited. So I'm like, yeah, he's a good deer.
He's a nice one.
So
Can't
she
wait,
has
Joe.
to position. The buck is quarter
Walker
and
ready?
tour. Big forks on it. I'm like, look where its exit's going to be. She nailed it. Went right through the heart on this buck. And one thing with Marcia, when she shoots deer, they always go to the bottom of the valley. And they roll to the bottom. And they keep rolling to the bottom.
That's why
Further away.
That's why I have you and the boys come along with me.
And still rolling. And rolling some more. I think one more roll. Yeah.
Had to
Boom.
get in that thick stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that was a big deer.
that was probably I think it was my biggest,
Best muley.
best mule deer. And you know, I was shared. I let everybody grab a leg to pull. It was great.
You're a giver.
Team effort. Yes, yes. But you know what Chad was talking about, the lodge cookware, and we have the recipes from the field. All the recipes that we use on the show is on shootstraighttv.com for the recipes. Should I tell them this real recipe real quick?
I think you should.
So we just learned from a friend of ours this past year from NRA. He told us a way that he fixes his tenderloins, back straps. And he's telling me this, and I'm thinking, yeah, I don't think that's, Chad doesn't like mustard. And he's telling me
Mustard?
that this is a stone ground mustard. It's something is the brand, but you
It's
get it.
German.
Yes, ground stone mustard. It's just right there with all the other mustards in the grocery store. You take it, you rub it on, just like how you kind of would a dry rub, both
And
sides.
I like putting meat tenderizer.
You tenderize
I call it the
it.
meat hammer. Wham, 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 wham.
You meat hammer,
Yeah.
then I put the
I'm a chef.
Grownstown mustard
Give me the
on
meat
it.
hammer. Bang, bang, bang.
Don't do a cooking show.
Okay.
And so then we take bacon, the duct tape of the kitchen, and bacon all the way around the tenderloin and put it on your grill, your pellet grill, however you're going to cook it. When that bacon's done, it's done. It does not taste anything like mustard whatsoever. But there's something about that stone ground that seasons that venison. We don't put anything else, any other marinade on it. So that's your easy peasy recipe you'll have to try.
Our good buddy Doug Weber in North Carolina, he found a meat tenderizer you push down and all these like little needles go in there.
Yeah, you like
Sent me
that one.
Oh, that's awesome. I
You
don't
like
beat
that
the
one.
meat up on there.
Yes.
So, thank you, honey.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
coming
Thank
up here tonight. I appreciate it. Mule deer, always a good time out there. Marcia shot a big old buck. Walker shot a monster with his muzzleloader this year up in Montana. We're going to give a couple muzzleloaders away tonight. You don't want to miss that. But hunting mule deer, I tell people, find areas with less pressure. You got to get off the beaten path. You got to get there where you can find these big bucks. Glass early in the morning and just before the dark. Some states even allow you to hunt them during the rut, and that midday can be really good to catch those deer on the move. Big whitetails. I went after whitetails this year and had a good season. And hunting with a family, teamwork's what it's all about. Tonight I want to tell you, the boys are selling knives. They're Buck's youngest dealers. And this knife right here is pretty cool right here. It's their pack light. What's so neat about this knife is it hardly weighs anything. It's super light. You can see it right up here on top. But it's all extra durable. So you take it in the mountains with you. You're not having all that extra weight. And they're doing these knives tonight for $25. The proceeds go to them. They have jobs in the summer they work, but when they're on the road with us, they're not working a job, so we let them do all the Buck knife sales. And we have an engraver. We'll put your name on it and autograph it tonight if you want. It engraves it right on the blade, and you can have that. And I want to tell you one other thing. A buddy of mine just texted me. He's an outfitter up in Saskatchewan. He said, Chad, I know you have great people at your seminars that love to hunt. He said, I got a few bear hunts left for this year. He said, I'm going to do a 10-day bear hunt in Saskatchewan, the end of May. If your folks that come to your seminars, just for the seminar folks here, I'm not a booking agent. I don't get any commission. I'm just passing on. I'll give you the info if you want. 10-day bear hunt, all your meals, lodging, guides, $1,500. Normally in Canada, 5 days is about $3,500. So it's a great hunt. I'll give you his number afterwards if you want to know, or any of the other great outfitters we hunt with, just come and talk to us. I get asked all the time what rifles we're using. We're using the Bergara rifles, and they are just super accurate. You want to check them out. This year they have the new approach. If you got Outdoor Life, you would have seen it in July on the cover. It was the Editor's Choice Awards. Also with American Hunter, won the Golden Bullseye. So just super accurate. We've got a lot of guys from the Marine Corps in there working, and Department of Defense guys helping build these rifles on our Premier line. The production lines come out of Spain. All right, we got elk hunters here tonight. Want to have success in the field, you got to make realistic sounds. I always tell people that. How do you make these sounds? Well, to make cow sounds, you say nia. That's what I love about these calls this year. We got them where you can go so subtle on them. When I walk through the woods rifle hunting, I'll walk and I'll call slightly. Not trying to call them in, but trying to walk up on those bulls that are bedded. To make the bull sounds, I say grrr. Increase the tongue pressure. And I go, cha. Then the grunt is an exhale, inhale. Don't swallow the call on the inhale. Cha. How do I get that squeal? This is one of the most realistic. I'm out there bow hunting. This call I'll use more than anything, try to fire a bull up. Take my lips, put them together. That's what I do. I get those bulls fired up like that, and then I cow call. Elk patterns have changed in the last few years. I was talking to guys up in Washington the other night. They're like, Chad, we're traveling, we're hunting different places. Places that have wolves have changed things. Places that have shoulder seasons. Montana's made their seasons. We've got high numbers of elk, and so those shoulder seasons go all the way till February now. You can take a bull and a cow in certain parts of Montana. 2 elk. It's awesome. But shooting those lead cows have changed some of the movement. And so I tell people you got to consistently and constantly scout. Look to find where those elk are. Elk are going to get away from pressure. They're going to get into that nasty stuff, the jungles that we all hate going into. That's where some of those bulls will go to get away from that pressure. And it's not uncommon when you get super cold weather, if you're hunting places, those bulls will get out in some of these open places that get that getting away from that pressure is something that you see a lot. We're going to head to Montana now. Walker is hunting. He's going after a bull. Now I'm going to show you this footage, show you one thing. When it's not right, don't bump the elk you're going after. If you're hunting and you hear them, they're bugling and the wind's wrong, don't think that you can go in there undetected. Hunt smart. There's times that if I'm on a bull late afternoon and it's wrong, I back out, or early in the morning, especially early in the morning. If I know a bull's in there and I can't get to him, I'll wait till evening. That wind changes, the thermals are going to change, the direction's going to change. I'm going to try and move in on him. That's what we did with Walker's bull. We spotted him in the morning and it was wrong. I said, let's wait till the afternoon. Sure enough, we got around that herd, the wind was right, and we slipped in on these elk. And they were in there. Late October, cows were still hitting second estrus. So there were still bulls with these cows. 349 yards, Walker's locked in.
All right, there he is. He just turned broadside. Here we go.
Waited for a shot. Boom, perfect. Those elk take off. When the bull starts slowing down, you know you got him good. He's going to drop right there. What a dandy bull.
All right, just got him. Wow, thanks, Dad. I can't believe it. Just shot my first bull in Montana. It's a beautiful bull. Excellent. This is just awesome.
Now, Walker had taken elk in New Mexico before when he was younger and taken cows in Montana, but a good bull never presented him opportunity, and he did this year and took a dandy. Now we're going to head down to New Mexico. Wyatt was telling you about that tag he drew this year. I tell people, apply for other states. Some of those hard to draw, or get those bonus points. You say, I want to shoot one monster bull or one really good bull in my lifetime. Start applying now and get those points. There's times it's taken me, Utah, for example, I think I'm up to about 16 points and I should draw any day. But for 16 years, you just apply, you apply for those hard to draw areas. And that's how you take some big bulls in that, or find your places for preference points here and start building them. Let's join Wyatt on that hunt now.
We're just getting started. We heard 2 bulls bugle already. We're gonna see if we can slip in.
First thing in the morning, we spotted this herd of elk. It had a good bull. It was the best bull we'd seen in there from the guy scouting and speed in there. It's open country. We had to go 4.5 hours around to get to where these elk were. We knew late afternoon they were going to stand up, start feeding. Here's this big old bull, and he's standing there, and we got to get into position. 30-mile-an-hour wind blowing straight at us. He's taking our time, getting down in there. Wyatt's using a Bergara Custom 300 Win Mag. Now I always tell my boys,
7x6. Just take your time. Just broadside, you can't going hard.
Make your shot count, but on big old bulls, if you hit them good, but there's a second shot, you always take it.
Ready?
Cow's still bedding around him. Boom. Hit him good. Wyatt wasn't going to take a chance, and he hammered that bull. In just seconds, bull's going to drop. Boom.
He's down. Nice. That was awesome. Stock on him. Yeah, baby. This Armscore ammo did the trick.
Wyatt did a good job, made a great shot on that bull. And the only thing about this bull, then we had 2 miles to pack it out. Now, I said we donated a lot of meat, and we do, but I will say this. I enjoyed every bite of that elk that I ate. Because when you pack a bull out 2 miles on your back or more, because it was too steep to get the horses in there and it was too rough a country, you pack it out. And then you spend the next day butchering it all by hand. And then you proudly bring it up to the airline counter, all 420 pounds. I'm glad I've got elite status on the airlines. I get some free bags. Otherwise, that would have been real expensive. And when you cook those tenderloins and back straps, you think of the sweat that poured off your brow and you earned that bowl. And I tell you what, there's nothing better. All right, but they weren't the only ones that got to hunt elk last year. We had some major snow. And I'm talking major snow, and it was getting cold. It was getting down to about 10 below at night, 5 degrees. These elk moved out of the high country out in the wide open. I mean, there wasn't a tree for a mile for where these elk were, kind of like how some of that country is in eastern Oregon. And we had snow that was about 18 to 20 inches. Have you ever seen a mole under the ground? That's what Walker and I were like. We got in that snow and crawled, had to go 1,500 yards around to get to these elk. It's 5 degrees. Walker's running camera, and I thank him greatly to this day, because that was not fun. Let's go after Montana elk in the snow.
We're just getting started. Weird.
I went the wrong way. That was my bad.
November here in Montana, we had 2 days of snow. A lot of geese flying by and going south. About 6 degrees this morning. It's gonna be cold again. Spotted a herd of elk up in this wide open. Hunting elk in open country is hard to do. We're trying to play the wind. The wind's kind of blowing this way, and they're over in this little saddle. I got my Bergara. We'll see what happens.
See all those trees? It was wide open country. That to me is an ultimate elk hunt.
We had to make a big loop to get the wind right. Now we just gotta see if we can get within range. There's about 50 head in there. One nice bull.
It's 50 head of elk. So we were started going on our hands and knees. 5 degrees. And we crawled and crawled and finally got in there, and there were all those elk.
Alright. I just need him to stand up.
I had to try and get my trigger finger warmed up. Finally, after sitting there, the bull stood up.
I'm solved.
I have 2 tags in my pocket, one for a bull, one for a cow. Hit the bull. I told Walker I'm going to go to the cow, whatever came close.
There is a cow. Hold on, he's going down. There's a cow right to the right of him. Ready?
Yep. Boom.
Okay. Oh yeah. This is a big cow.
There's a bull in the background.
This is incredible. A big cow, and right behind me, a big bull. I love hunting in Montana. Let's go check him out. It's getting cold out.
You think cleaning 93 geese took a while? 2 elk on the ground. Thankfully, I had my boys that are pretty handy on a knife, and Marsha's got a good back, can lift those things up. No. We had my nephew there too, and it was great. They met us and helped us get those elk out of there. And I tell you, that's some good eating right there. So 2018, different types of hunts, different conditions. The thing is, to be successful, you just got to go. And you got to hit it hard, and you can't let up, and you're going to have more success out there in the field. You know, bear hunting's always good. We have a lot of fun. We took some good bears this year. Marsha took a really nice bear, and Walker takes some great bears over the years, and we have fun with that. We like calling them in. We love hunting bears, and I know you guys here like hunting bears too, and those beautiful hides. You know, we've been talking hunting and fishing tonight, but I want to switch gears right here before we give these great prizes away and close. I want to share one more thing with you. I know we honored our law enforcement and military tonight, and also our first responders. And Marsha and I live up in the mountains of Montana with our boys. And we have to travel 30 miles just to get to town. We're way back in there, right at the base of a mountain. And sometimes on those roads in Montana, the weather hits like it does today, and people have accidents. And that was the case this year on December 18th, 1 week before Christmas. We'd been to town, and we're heading back. It's Walker's in the truck with me and Marcia. And as we're coming, it's starting to snow. And it looked a lot like it did this morning here in Medford. And it's snowing, but it's freezing really fast. It went from about 40, boom, dropped down below freezing. What happens when those roads are wet and it freezes? Ice gets on them. And as we're coming, all of a sudden I see brake lights. Everybody's hitting their brakes. And I look over and there's stuff all over the highway. And we were one of the first people at the scene. And I was a first responder. For being an outfitter, you'd have to take CPR and first aid, first responder and that. And all of a sudden it just kicks into gear, and you guys know what I'm talking about. I look, and there's bumper pieces on the highway, and I see the car in the ditch and another one facing over here. And I take my big old truck and I pull it in the ditch to get it out of the way so nobody comes up behind us. We hit the flashers on. I got a caution light. We pull that out. Marcia holds it. I throw a vest on just because, there's traffic going all over. And I run over to this vehicle, and there's a guy that's bleeding really bad. And a lady was driving, and she's coming in and out. I said, "Ma'am, don't move, don't move." And some other people were there helping, and I see 2 car seats in the back. And as I'm walking over there, I saw some baby bottles. I wasn't walking, I was running over to their car. I see baby bottles out there, and I see Christmas presents. See, it's the week before Christmas. And I said, "Ma'am, what's your children's names?" And I remember saying Penelope was a girl, and there was a little boy. And Penelope had blood coming out of her nose, and she's having a hard time breathing. And I grab a knife and cut the seat belt, and we had the back window was knocked out. And I said, "Don't move her out of this car seat, but we got to get her out of here. It's snowing, it's cold." I could tell she's going into shock. She's having a hard time breathing. We get her out, we put her in a warm vehicle, get blankets on her. And for the next 10 minutes, it seemed like eternity, keeping her awake, slapping her feet, talking to her. "Come on, Penelope, come on, come on." I hear the gurgling sound. I'm like, "Oh no, don't do that." And we're talking to her, and we were able to keep her conscious till EMS got there. And she made it that night. And the mom made it through major injuries, and little boy. And it reminded me again how quick life can change. I found out later they were just going in for some doctor's appointments and do some Christmas shopping. That's what those Christmas presents were. Somebody took a picture, and this is what that scene looked like when EMS started to get there. You can see how icy the roads were. I thought of the roads today and what they were like. I came out of Prosser, Washington a couple nights ago, and everybody was chaining up the tractor trailers and how icy it was. I drove by, somebody was in the ditch. I thought, you know what? Life changes so quickly. You know, as a hunter, I love the outdoors, and you folks have paid such great attention tonight. And I love to share with you how to have more success in the field. But I want to share with you one last thing, one more thing for you to think about tonight before you go. And that's how you can know for sure if you died tonight, you go to heaven. You see, hunting season lasts for a season. 2017 is over. Hunting season's over. You can look forward to next year. You can plan and prepare for it, which most guys do, shooting their bows, shooting their rifles, shooting their muzzleloaders. They prepare for something that lasts for a season. But you see, eternity lasts for a lifetime. And I want to ask you tonight, are you 100% sure if you died tonight, you go to heaven? Not 99, not 95, 100% sure. You say, well, Chad, how can I know that? Well, I want to share a couple verses with you tonight. I got a Hunter's Bible here. It's camouflage. First off, John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." You say, well, Chad, how can I go to heaven? Well, let's see what the Bible says. And I ask you, let me put it in sportsman's terms for you tonight. Game warden comes up to you during hunting season and said, "Can I see your license?" "Well, I'm pretty sure I got one here. I'm 99% sure." Not going to fly, is it? It's going to say, "Is there a time and a place you got your license?" I ask you, is there a time and a place that you accepted Christ in your heart? Because that's how you're going to go to heaven. Well, first off, we have to realize we're a sinner. Now, if you hang out with me for a day, you're going to find out I'm a sinner. It might only take 5 minutes. We're all sinners. The Bible says, "As it is written, there's none righteous, no, not one. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God." We're all sinners. We come short of heaven because of our sin. Romans 5:8 says, "But God commendeth his love towards us, in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us." See, Easter's right around the corner, and Easter is not celebrating the Easter bunny. It's celebrating Christ's death, his burial, but his resurrection. He died on the cross for our sins. He paid the price. He gave us the gift of salvation. You see, Romans 6:23 says, "For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ our Lord." It's a gift. It's something that's given and something that's received. See, I have a buck knife up here tonight. I want to give this to someone right here. This lady sitting right here, the young lady, come on up here. She's in camouflage. Come on up here tonight. What's your name?
Shelby.
Shelby? Do you have a buck knife like this? No. Would you like a buck knife like this? Oh, look at this. This is a good one. I could see you out there skinning that deer with it. Now, Shelby, I'm not going to charge you for that. I'm just going to give it to you. Shelby's got a good grip on her. I'm just telling you what. But see, a gift is something that's given and something that's received. Shelby, thank you so much. Thanks for coming up here tonight. That's the simple explanation of how salvation is. See, Jesus died on the cross for our sins and paid for it with a price so that it could be a gift. Shelby just had to walk up and receive it. So many folks say, well, is it that easy? It really is. It's receiving Christ as your Savior. But some people try to make it difficult. Ephesians 2:8-9 says, "For by grace are ye saved." Saved from what? Saved from an eternity in hell. "For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is a gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast." You see, if you could do something for your salvation, like put a new roof on a church, or do something great like that, there'd be all these proud people going, "Look what I did. I mowed the church lawn every year for 50 years. I'm going to heaven." Or "I washed all the church windows." There'd be a bunch of proud people, and God says, no, it's a gift. The only way through heaven is by receiving me. "For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life." Through who? Through Jesus Christ our Lord. So, who can receive this gift? That's the great thing. Everyone. Romans 10:13, "For whosoever," you put your name right there, for John, for Bill, for Sue, for Shelby, for Chad, "For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved." You say, well, how do I do that? Well, Romans 10:9. that if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus, and shalt believe in thine heart that God hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. So according to the Bible, how can I go to heaven? By realizing I'm a sinner and by accepting Christ and asking him to come into my heart. That's how you can go to heaven. So I ask you tonight, do you know? You see, we're not sure what's going to happen. I had the opportunity to talk to a law enforcement officer before this event, and he shared with me the story about his brother on call, pulling in a driveway. Someone took his life. We're not sure what's going to happen. But one thing we can be sure of, that when we take our last breath, if we've accepted Christ, we can go to heaven. And that's the most important thing that you can ever do in your life. Life is short. In a minute, I'm going to pray. And when I pray, if you'd like to receive that gift tonight, I'm going to invite you to pray with me. That prayer is basically saying, I know I'm a sinner. I believe you died on the cross. Come into my heart. If you'd like to do that tonight, let's do some business with the Lord. Don't walk out of here not knowing. It's the most important thing you'll ever do. Let's pray. Nobody looking around, eyes bowed, eyes closed, heads bowed. Tonight, you say, Chad, I want to receive that gift. I invite you to pray with me now. The prayer goes like this. Dear Jesus, I know I'm a sinner. I believe you died on the cross and rose on the third day. Forgive me of my sins and come into my heart. If you did that tonight, just quietly while you're sitting there, say, thank you, Jesus, for coming into my heart. Now, I'm not going to embarrass you. Everybody's eyes closed and heads bowed. I want to pray for you. Tonight, if you say, Chad, I received that gift, just lift up your hand. Nobody's going to point you out. Yes, I see that hand. Just raise your hand. I'm going to pray for you. Yes, I see that hand. I see those 3 in the back. I see those 2 in the middle here. I see that one in the back. Yes, sir, on my right, I see that one. Yes, ma'am, I see your hand. Yes, I see that hand. Pray with me now. Don't walk out of here not knowing. Yes, I'll do it one more time for you. Just quietly while you're sitting there. You may have heard this before. And you say, no, I got lots of time. We don't know how much time we have. Or this might be your first time to ever hear this story. No matter what time it is, don't let it be your last time. I could jump up and down and try and get your attention here, but you know who you are. You know if you've accepted Christ or not. Kind of like somebody saying, are you married? You're married or you're not. Have you accepted Christ? You either have or you haven't. Prayer goes like this. Pray with me. You're here for a reason tonight. Pray now. Dear Jesus, I know I'm a sinner. I believe you died on the cross and rose on the third day. Forgive me of my sins and come into my heart. Thank you, Jesus, for coming into my heart. Anyone else? Nobody looking around, just raise your hand. Say, Chad, I did that tonight. Pray for me. Yes, I see that hand. Anyone else? Yes, I see your hand. Yes, I see those 2 hands. Yes, sir, I see your hand. Yes, I see that hand. Yes, I see that hand. I see that hand on the aisle on my left. Yes, I see that hand, ma'am. Yes, young man, I see your hand. Yes, sir, I see your hand. Dear Lord, thank you for those that accepted you. For tonight, they have a peace they've never experienced before. Lord, it makes the miles worthwhile. Sometimes we get tired, but we're doing what you'd have us to do. And I pray that those folks that accepted you tonight, they would tell the pastor, come up and tell us at the table, hey, we received that gift. I pray they'd tell a loved one what they did, because I know that person would be happy for them. Tell their friend that invited them. Lord, thank you for heaven. Thank you for all you do. In your name I pray. Amen. I want to thank you for your attention tonight. You folks are a wonderful, wonderful crowd. You listen so well, so quiet in here. I want to thank again all the workers that put this event on. I want to thank you for those that accepted Christ tonight. It's the most important thing you ever did. In a minute, they're going to pass some cards out. We're going to use these cards for the grand prizes tonight. But on this card, it says, I'd like more information on next year's program. You check that up top. Name, address, information. I'm 18 years of older. And then on the bottom, most importantly, tonight I accepted Christ as my Savior. We're not going to harass you, but I want to pray for you. I just want to have a record of those that accepted Christ tonight so we can pray for you. They're passing these out. These are going to be used for the door prizes. Make sure you fill them all out. Write clearly on them. And one other thing, while they're passing those out, we'll be at the table tonight, and we'll sign knives, put your name on them if you'd like. Stock up for Christmas. Get them for Mother's Day. There's pink knives. Ladies carry knives. I promise you it's important to do that. And we'll have those elk calls out there. We have had a great time here. They're going to get those filled out, passed out. I encourage you folks, many of you have already accepted Christ. Do something for Him. Be a part of this church. If you're looking for a church and you don't have a good church, I will tell you, this is a great place to go. That's why they have this event. They do that because they care about people. All right, we're going to get them passed out. They're going to give you instructions. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. It's been a great 11th year. I'll be at the table. We'll teach you how to do those calls. Make sure you fill those cards out. You ready? Yep. All right, DJ, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you all very much. We enjoy being here tonight.
Thank you, Chad. And now we're going to have the kids pull out your bobbers. We're going to give away some fish and tackle. Yep, right there. So we're going to call a number. We're going to read it 3 times. If somebody doesn't raise their hand, start on up. We're going to move to the next number. So I have number 2. Who has number 2? Come on up here. If you have it, you come up here. I have number 46. Number 46. These right here. These right here. Yep. Number 55. Bobber 55. No bobber 55? Bobber 11. All right, come on up. Bobber 49.
Well, 49's coming up. I was going to tell you, we have that story I wrote about being charged by a bear. It has all those verses that we talked about tonight. If you did that tonight, come by the table, get one of these free. If you want to share that with a friend, we have several of these in here. I appreciate the Hodgson family helping us print these and pick those up.
Bobber 37. 37. No 37? Bobber 41. 41? Here we got a 41. Bobber 62. Come on up. Bobber 29. Bobber 60. We have a Bobber 60. No Bobber 60? 54. 54. Bobber 30. Oh, is this? Okay, come on up. Bobber 33. 33, come on up. Right up there. Right over there. There you go. $67. 67. All right. Number 4. Number 4. Toby? No. Oh, right here. You keep that. All right. There you go. Number 17. Okay. What? Oh, the grandson left? Okay. We'll give this to somebody else that's here. All right. 68. 68. $39. $39. We have a number 39. $97. $97. Right here. Number 90. Number 90. Number 35. 35. Number 22. Is that all the fishing tackle? Okay, now we have 3 buck knives up here that are autographed by Chad Shearer. And these are for kids, but only with the consent of their parent, and only if their parent will come up and take it with them. So, 86. Do you have a parent here? Do you have a consenting adult here? Uncle, come on up. Uncle, come too. We're going to give this to Uncle, and then he can arrange with Mom or Dad, and that's for you. Okay. Yep. We have 2 more, number 5. Well, I know your dad, so I'll take this knife and I'll give it to your dad, and they can arrange that later. Number 76. 76. Do you have a parent here? There's nothing wrong with that. So we'll give this to Dad. All right, and we'll bring Pastor Lloyd up.
Brooklyn, you make sure your dad gives you that knife. I can't keep it from stuff. They've got pink ones back there too. You won't take it probably if you get one of those pink ones, but hey, we want to do this tonight. We do this every year. We put it on, and it is our heart's desire to not charge anything. We want it to be a free night for the community. We want to make it available to you every year. We are going to do this, though. I'm going to ask some guys to come forward, and they've got good old-fashioned Kentucky Fried Chicken buckets. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pass these around. We're going to ask you for 2 things. Some people have asked. I don't want to put any pressure on you. You do not have to. Some people have asked if they can donate to the night that we put on, and that's totally fine. If you want to, you can drop something in here. We're not requiring it. There's no pressure to do it. But the main reason why we're passing these buckets around is so that you can pass this, or so you can drop this card in there. So we can just get some information from you. We want to thank you all again for being here tonight. But these guys, they're going to pass the buckets around, drop the cards in, make sure you put the cards in. For those of you that were wanting to donate something, you can do that also. Yeah. Make sure you put the card in because this is what we're using for the drawing for the rifles. So you want to do that. Make sure you, and only put one card with your name in it. I know some of you out there. You were sitting in a seat, you got a card, and you ran back to another aisle so you get a different one and put your name on there. I'm not giving you any ideas. Susie, I'm not giving you any ideas now. So let's pass these around. I hope that you wrote legibly. I think it was a couple years ago, we pulled a card out for a rifle and we couldn't read the name. So I hope that if you're a typical male, maybe you had your wife write your name for you. Would have been a good thing. These guys are going to be passing the buckets as quickly as possible. I saw on one of the buckets it said KGC, Kentucky Grilled Chicken. That's just something doesn't sound right about that. We want the Kentucky Fried Chicken. We're getting close. Have you guys enjoyed the evening? Good. Have you enjoyed, did you enjoy your meal? How many of you drove from further than 100 miles away and you're like, I'd like to get home. So you got a couple hundred, yes. We got Clyde over here, Larry, and he drove from Salem just to see me tonight. And so I appreciate that. No, he drove from Salem. He's got family in town, but he's here. He's here for this night also. Glad to have him. That ought to be worth something, right? Longest distance, driving the longest distance. I think that goes to the Shearers, though. They drove from Montana. We got them all? Are they back there? We're doing good? Do we got anything else to give away? Or, yeah, well, we're waiting on, what do you want to give away? Oh, this is from Sportsman's Warehouse. It looks really cool. I don't know what it is, but it looks really cool. It's a headlamp, a Tika headlamp. All right, what number you got there? Oh, I'll read it. All right, here we go. You ready? Are they all the same first three numbers? 698. Has anybody eliminated yet? 698 248. 248. All right, here we go. I'm going to trust him. I'm not going to inspect the ticket. It's all good. Now we'll see if that works next time. All right, who we got?
New archery products.
New archery products. Trivex broadheads. You tell me like I didn't know what this was. I was looking at it. I know exactly what this is. All right, 698. Yes, we got that. 25. Wow. We better mix these up a little more. This is 259. The last one was 258. 259. 259. Anybody got that? 259 right here. All right. I'll come on down. Matthew Solo Cam. Cap. 250. 250.
This is from the TTI Blakemore Fishing Group. It's a safe environment module to protect your firearms. Number is 698-347. Benjamin and John, come up here. You can run these out. We got another new archery products set of Trivex broadheads. We've got 698-414. 698-414. We've got from Rogue Disposal and Recycling a $50 gift card to Sportsman's Warehouse. We've got I need my reading glasses. 236. Matthew Solo Cam hat. We've got 245. 245. We've got a Booker Magnum clip knife. That's from Sportsman's Warehouse. It is 424. 424. Did somebody go home early? Oh, there we go. From New Archery Products, some more Trivex broadheads, 418. 418. There in the back. Another Matthew Solo Cam hat, and it is 296. 296. We've got protection for your ammunition from the TTI Fishing Group. It is 416. 416. So we have a 3 archery gift card for $25. What you'll need to do if you receive this, you need to fill this out and get this back to me, and we will get you your gift card. And the number is 386. 386. Another set of broadheads from New Archery Products. 332. 332. No 332? Somebody had it. It is now 331. Mix those up again. 331. Right back there. Another Matthew Solo Cam hat. It is 200. 200. This is from the TTI Blakemore Fishing Group again. This is a gun protection kit. It's a whole cleaning treatment system. It is $350. $350. Another Matthews Solo Cam hat. $276. Some more broadheads from the New Archery Products. It is $198. $198. Is that yours, Rock? Okay. And one more set of broadheads. New Archery Products. It is $390. $390. Nope. We've got some Glock items for all the Glock lovers. 212. 212. Another Magnum Boker from Sportsman's Warehouse. It is $186. I should have known who won that as soon as I heard that. So, another gun protection and cleaning system from the TTI Blakemore Fishing Group. Oh, it's this one here first. Oh, 376. 376. Right there. Okay. We have a Teton Sports Sportsman sleeping bag. That's from Sportsman's Warehouse. It's $194. $194. Nobody wants a sleeping bag. There we go. Plano box. $216. $216. That's from the Sportsman's Warehouse. We have a Rogue Disposal and Recycling $50 gift card for Sportsman's Warehouse. $231. $231. Back over here. Mike Conway, who has put up the display for the taxidermy. We have $50 off, or 50% off, a shoulder mount of a deer or antelope. It's good till December 31st of 19. $359. $359. We have another Three Rivers Archery gift card for $25, and this one you have to fill out and get this back to me, and we'll get you the gift card. $243. $243. Another Sportsman's gift, $50 Sportsman's gift card from Rogue Disposal and Recycling. $412. $412. Oh, that's right. We have a chair. It's from Sportsman's Warehouse. $294. Way back in the back. Right here, John. Come get it. We have a cot, a big guy cot. That's from Sportsman's Warehouse. $358. $358. Oh, that's right. Gun case, donated by Sportsman's Warehouse. $277. $277. Explorer Camp Chief stove, donated by Sportsman's Warehouse. $348. We have another $50 Sportsman's Warehouse gift card from Rogue Disposal and Recycling. $241. $241. Nobody has $241. $409. $409. Mike Conway won that one. So we have another donation from Mike Conway. It is good for one European mount of a deer or bear. Expires 12/31 of 19. $207. $207. Oh, we have some targets. $282. $282. We have a Leopold scope donated by Leopold. What's your number, Cody? It's not it. 327. 327. Nope. Back in the back. Okay, are we ready? Do we have our... Are we ready for the rifle drawing? Is it? Are these the tickets? All right. I hope I can read these. So we have 2 CVA 50 caliber muzzleloaders. You hold that. They are Northwest approved. We'll give that to Chad.
This is the CVA Optima V2 Northwest stainless steel exposed breech plug to make it legal here. You've got the open sights, ambidextrous cocking spur, so you can shoot it right-handed or left-handed, ambidextrous stock, crush zone recoil pad. It will come with a Palm Saver ramrod, which should be in the box with it. All you need is a big old bull elk or mule deer.
I'm going to have John draw this in case my wife wants it.
That's good. Yeah, I don't want to draw it and make all these enemies here. I'm going to make somebody really happy. All right. How many Bills do we have here tonight? If your name is Bill, you're in the running. Bill Howell. Bill Howell. There's 2 Bill Howells? All right. You live at, I don't want to say it out here. How about if we go number 88? Does that make sense? Space number 88. Right there. Come on up. The great thing about the muzzleloader is no paperwork required. Congratulations, buddy. All right, I'm going to give you that. Actually, that was from the big cards, so you can have that right there. And I can help you put it back in. You don't need that one for, hold on. You know what? He's going to help you out right there. How's that sound?
Take it down.
There you go. All right. Gun number 2. All right, how many Rogers do we have in here tonight? Roger McPherson.
This is amazing.
Well, that is the end of our show. We thank you for coming. Let's give Chad and his family a big hand. All right. Thank you so much for coming. Drive safe. We appreciate you coming out and joining us tonight.